Hello, everybody. Today I have with me Saurabh Khanna. Rashmi already introduced him. Saurabh comes with decades of experience within CCTV, AI solutions on top of CCTV, etc. So both of us together should be able to cover a lot around AI technology in general and how these technologies are helping clients within warehousing logistics to derive meaningful insights of the CCTV camera. Now, whenever you think about AI, right, we always feel that this is something which is futuristic, right? And it's going to come at some point or the other, and the world is slowly moving towards it. The point I want to make today is AI is not futuristic. As we speak today, AI is all around us, right? And there have been players, companies who have implemented AI solutions within their warehouses, logistics, factories, and deriving a lot of benefits out of it, right? So, this is not something which is futuristic and it's going to come in future. It is right here in of material, for example, right? If you have people throwing boxes, sometimes you would see that people sit on boxes or they stand on boxes, and you don't know what material is inside, and you might have some unhappy customer, if you send that box as it is. So those scenarios can be immediately identified using an AI on top of CCTV cameras. And aspect that you will always want to have in your warehouse is fire exit doors. For example, you always want your fire exit doors to be cleared all the time, so that in case of emergency, people can pass through, right? But people always have habit of putting material near the fire exit doors, blocking the exits or blocking the access to fire extinguishers, manual call points, right? So any type of obstruction which is piling up can also be understood. Even material lying in the racks area for a long time, right, which kind of creates issues from movement of forklift, etc. They can be identified, and immediately an alert can be.
Currently, if we consider the CCTV scenario, if we consider a warehouse, generally the management, they generally want to install a CCTV to secure their premises. The main agenda is to secure the premises and to take action if there is any theft of it. Now the things have moved to a next step, wherein we are making every camera intelligent enough to help increase the productivity of the customer. So in a way, earlier the cameras were only used for viewing any image or securing your premises. Now camera have taken a next step by adding the AI part and making your own working atmosphere secure as well as productive.
There is an entire domain around ergonomics. For example, when somebody is lifting the weight, is he bending down from the knee or not, right? So through pose estimation, you can identify if there are people who are running, there are people who are sitting, if somebody has collapsed on the floor. If there are more than 5 people, 10 people in a specific area, you can define that threshold, and system can generate an alert in case there is any crowd, which is forming up. Here it's part of the initial assessment and implementation, where we look at videos from different hours of the day and how the AI is behaving in all those scenarios, right? So if it requires to put an additional lighting, maybe do a certain rearrangement, or maybe kind of put a better quality camera, for example. All those are part of the initial assessment. But yes, depending upon the quality, there will be some training, extra algorithm, etc., which may be required for this.
Nitinji, there is one particular point which I want to ask you, because it is you have already shown the counting during receipt and delivery, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I understand. And this is already being done in particularly FMCG warehouse. There is absolutely no issue. We can very well manage for e-commerce warehouses. But for bagged cargo, which is already built in, and we need a physical count whether the warehouse man has done it correctly or done something pilferage. How to detect that? We need accounting.
Yeah. So Chatterjee, there are two ways to do it, right? One, I showed you the video of people carrying sacks, right? One by
I've
one
seen that.
at the
Uh,
entry and exit.
that
So
is for receipt and delivery operations, it is
correct,
feasible.
correct.
Already built in stack, how can we manage?
So already built-in stack, there are ways to kind of take images, process those images, and the images can show you the count of, let's say, length, breadth, and height. If you take the images, it will tell you the entire volume and the count also. So as I said, one thing, Chatterjee, we will touch base with you because I can show you some of the work which is already started from our side on this. And
Okay, fine.
for facial recognition, basically it takes about 256 points from your face and it calculates ratio of those points and that gets stored in a file. So nowhere in the system your image is shared, right? Your image is converted into a text file and that is being stored in the system. Now what happens the second time when you come in front of the camera, if if let's say the system is not able to capture all those 256 points, it kept 100 point because you might be having a mask or you might be having some whatever some prop. So it will still try to create your profile based upon the limited set of data points that it's been able to capture. Now what would happen is with limited set of data start creating a profile which will match with, let's say, not one but with two three people who are there in the system, right? That's where we recommend that for facial recognition to work. Typically the camera positioning is very important. If you want it to work, let's say, with very high level of accuracy, the positioning of camera should be at 5.5 to 6 feet of height, and person literally should have a look at the camera before entering and exit, because then it can capture multiple frames from the and it can create a unique profile every time you pass through. But if it's able to capture only part of your profile, there would be some inconsistencies which will definitely come up.
Okay, how many % of accuracy we get in that case in our system?
In a controlled environment, it will work closer to 100% accuracy. Thank you, everyone. You've been a great audience. Thanks for your patience and a lot of good questions today. You can always get in touch with us, and we can have a space. There is a specific requirement.